Hey, I'm right back with another video. It's 9:42 a.m. Saturday morning, February 2nd, and I am sitting here in my living room looking out the window and just like amazed at how gray and most importantly windy it is. My wind chimes, everyone's in the neighborhood's wind chimes are going off, and it was actually kind of a nice night. I think the sound of wind chimes is very relaxing. But it makes you wonder, it's like, my goodness, when is this going to let up? Very, very loud winds. And, a few days ago I made a video, I was in the park, and it was bright and sunny. And the very next day, it rained. So, like I said, the weather right now is pretty unpredictable. So I was kind of thinking about some of the things that have been going on in the last week or so. I've been getting along okay. I deal with my mood, as we all know, but I noticed an article on MSN, and it kind of got my attention. I did post it on my Facebook account. This is about a lady, her name is Olivia Bland. She lives in England, and she had to deal with a job interview. She had a job interview where she felt as though this person was putting her in a very awkward position because of his unprofessionalism and the way that she was being treated. Now, I don't know this woman personally, but this is an issue that is just far too common with a lot of employers abusing, or I should say, abusing their power and, asking people intrusive questions that are not related to the job, trying to intimidate people, this sort of stuff. And I'm glad that this woman, because I have been telling people, if somebody treats you this way in a job interview, definitely go out and expose it. She took it to, I believe she took it to Twitter and or Instagram, or one of those constantly updating posts, and she basically explained who this person was and, and why she didn't accept the job. They actually offered her the job after, this, but I'm glad that she rejected the job. And the reason why is because that is a sign of things to come. Basically what he was doing is during the interview, he was kind of talking to her in a way where he was implying that she was an underachiever, a lot of put downs. And had she taken the job, this would have been the pretty much the general theme of how her life would have played out in that employer. And it could have even got worse. I mean, she could end up in a situation like where I am, where, you are being constantly tossed around because other people don't know how to control their improper use of their power. So it's very good that she rejected that. Even better that she posted this person's name. And I hope that this is going to be a more common thing that people are going to be doing, because what I would love to see is that employers would take more responsibility and be held accountable for their unprofessionalism and their abuse that they cause, the mental abuse and the effects that they cause on other people. And I think it's great. Hopefully this employer will look at the CEO or the person who is in charge of this, and start reevaluating the kind of people that they bring into these organizations, because this kind of abuse of power is not acceptable. Also, she did mention that after her job interview, I guess before she actually mulled over the job offer, while she was waiting for her bus, she broke down in tears and she was crying. Nobody should have to feel like they are being intimidated, interrogated, being picked apart, being belittled at a job interview. People need to remember that you're hiring a person because of their skills, not because of their, what they put on Spotfly or whatever these other sites are. People are really diverting their attention to things that are less important than what is important, and what's important is whatever she had to bring from the table. I do suspect this woman of having some sort of issue with gang stalking. The only reason why I say that is because this is a very common theme when you're going to job interviews, you're being toyed with when it comes to employers, the little snide remarks and everything. And I do suspect that this particular woman had connections, or certain people had connections with this woman, is why she had this kind of job interview in the first place. That's a long story, okay? But whatever the case is, this particular employer behaved inappropriately, and he got called out on it. And I hope that more and more people are going to start calling people out on this sort of behavior, because these people are these are the people who are responsible for people dying young of heart attacks, people committing suicide, people who are having financial problems and stress-related issues at work. These are the issues, okay? These are the people who are destroying the organizations from the inside out. So kudos to this woman who actually brought this to everyone's attention. I'm very glad that she did that. Anyway, so we are at a point where we're not at spring yet. We're in the middle of winter. But I'm thinking about spring because I'm tired of this whole dowdy feeling that has come over me during this winter. I've been wearing a lot of hats, which I plan on changing that up because the hats were fun for a while, but after a while I started feeling kind of like Paddington Bear. I feel like Paddington Bear lately, and I'm not happy. It's starting to affect my mood. So I'm looking forward to spring. I watched what is this lady? I was watching a show on Netflix, and it was basically one of those shows where, some guru comes in and they switch around a person's house because this person is just entirely too unorganized, okay? And I generally don't watch these kind of shows, and I doubt I will watch this show again, but I was on the couch, it popped up, I was just like, I need background noise, but I ended up actually watching this show. So this lady was, she's a beautiful Asian lady. I believe she's a Japanese lady. She went into these people's homes and was helping them deal with the clutter. And so oftentimes when you're dealing with a lot of clutter, there's a process of elimination, okay? You can't keep everything, okay? That's the reality of it, okay? No matter how long it's been in your house, whatever, for whatever reason, sometimes you have to part with that item, okay? And this is a situation with me, okay? I've had certain things in my house, or I've kept or dragged around in storage, may not even need it, may not haven't looked at it, haven't referenced it. There's no point in me even hanging on to it. But for whatever reason, I feel like it's got to be carried around in a box. I got to hang on to it. It's like, this is becoming a nightmare. And when you have a small little place such as my place, you really have to start getting real, okay? It's like you can't keep all this shit. You just can't. So she was talking about, they were cleaning out the closets, right? She was talking about how, there's a lot of clothes that you have that you don't wear or you don't need or whatever. And she was like, she was suggesting that you only keep the clothes that make you feel happy, that bring out this exciting feeling or a positive feeling inside of you. And I kept thinking, over the last few years of this gang stalking issue, which has taken up a lot of my life, okay? I have had clothes since then. I've purchased new clothes since then. But this is a huge period of my life that was very dark, unhappy, and extremely depressing. So, and there were certain outfits that I'm like, well, this is relatively new, but it just really doesn't have a positive feel just because of everything that's happened. Some of the stuff I'm going to keep, okay, but I decided to even eliminate some more things out of my closet. And the reason why is, number one, I do want to have a little bit of a different look this spring. I'm kind of tired of this Paddington Bear bullshit that's going on. And another thing is just that some of the articles of clothing are only making me think about what happened to me. So it's better for me to eliminate them. So I did like what she suggested, when you are throwing away an item, whether that be a piece of clothing, a picture, whatever you've had in your home for a very long time, you basically thank the item and you put it in the appropriate receptacle bin, whether you're going to donate it or whatever. Thanking the item, thanking your home when you're reorganizing it for providing the shelter, which it seems like a very weird concept for people who live here in the West. But I think there's a lot of things that we can learn from the Eastern ways of living. It makes sense, okay? We don't want to take the things that we do have for granted. Even though we may not have everything, we are very fortunate to have what we do have, so we should be very grateful, which I am. So anyway, that Asian lady kind of gave me a lot of inspiration, so Here we go again. Back with this. So I decided, I want to enjoy spring this year to the best of my ability. There's only so much I can do. I do understand that my hands are tied in a lot of areas in my life that I'm not happy about, that I would have never volunteered for, and it's all illegal, and it's a lot of bullshit going on. But I have to pick myself up and figure out things that I need to do. I have decided to, look for a second part-time job. Right now, I do work part-time. If I could find another part-time job, that would be very helpful for me, because I do need to replace a lot of items that, that I was not able to take care of while I was out of work, struggling for work or whatever. And, I only work like 5 hours a day. And there's certain things that I need that are a part of everybody's human, household. And it's just something that people need in order for their household to run properly. And I'm doing without those things, okay? Which is, I'm not materialistic, but there's certain things you got to be realistic about, okay? And it's very difficult to get by without these sort of things. Like I've been saying, I'm going to go ahead and get a new bed when I got my bonus. And then I ended up buying some stuff that I needed. Like I paid some of my bills, went out and bought a couple of things, and the next thing you know, that money's gone. So in order to, and I do need a new bed, okay? I mean, that's just, my back is hurting a lot, And those are important things that I should be taking care of. And then also there's certain things that you need in case of an emergency. I don't feel like I'm well prepared for certain things that come up because of this issue. So I need to get a part-time job and something that's not going to make me feel like I'm spreading myself thin. Ideally, we would like to work full-time. Okay, I would. I mean, that's what I wanted to do in the first place. I wanted to work full-time. But, that's not working out. I mean, I'm only working part-time at this job. So I don't know what happens, whether I end up getting a part-time job to supplement my income. Maybe the hours where I'm working will increase. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that I'm feeling like, and it's not, money is an issue, but I will also tell you what else is the biggest issue is this extreme boredom that I'm going through. So I need activities, okay? And I need additional income. So these two issues combined are a big thing with me. So I need to figure something out. So I'm just kind of going through my closet this afternoon and making more room for, whatever, just getting rid of a bunch of skirts. I only need a few skirts. I don't need a crap load of skirts, okay? I'm more of a pant person. But, I do like skirts every once in a while, but I don't need like all the shitty skirts that I've had in my closet, and I really don't even wear them. I did find two corduroy skirts that I bought a few years ago and forgot that they even existed. I will be wearing those this spring, and I'm looking forward to that. But there's a lot of things that just need to get the hell out of my way because it's just starting to irritate me. So anyway, I'm trying to deal with my mood. I'm trying to, get my brain back in proper order, meaning, I'm learning that, I'm dealing with this trauma and I'm dealing with the depression. And that's going to be a part of my life probably forever. I can't change that, okay? I think in the beginning I was trying to, do things to try to, the whole positive attitude and then try to uplift my mood. And the reality of it is I can only do so much. I cannot make myself happy. I cannot make myself forget something that is a constant reminder when the constant reminders are continuously being input in my face. Okay. Like I said, so it's too much of a strain to try to override or act as though that this never happened or whatever. So I have to kind of in some ways embrace the sadness that I'm dealing with and my depression. That doesn't mean I have to wallow in it. It doesn't mean I have to wear all black. It doesn't mean that I have to do anything dramatic, okay? But I don't need to put unnecessary pressure on myself to, be happy. Because I'm not, okay? I'm not happy. I'm not. There are certain moments that I do have that bring me happiness, that do bring me joy. Like when I complete an art project and it comes out satisfactory. For that moment, I'm happy, There's certain things that kind of brighten the mood a little bit. But, overall, You know, I'm a person who feels as though I have been dealt a serious injustice, and of course I have, okay? And it's a very painful thing for me, you know, but I'm not going to pressure or put anything on myself to, or try to make myself feel bad because I naturally, instinctively fall into this mood. That's just reality, okay? I don't need to put any more burdens on myself. So anyway, I think I said all I need to do to say for this video. Definitely looking forward to ditching the Paddington Bear. I am going to wear hats every once in a while, but I think the hats were, and they're very handy, okay? They're very handy, but in reality, I think I just wore too many of them, and I stopped taking care of my hair completely. It was just becoming convenient for me to slap a hat on there and not moisturize my hair and take care of myself like I should. So I think in some ways, I kind of abused the hat issue and just made it more, it was me being lazy. It became a lazy issue, and I'm tired of doing that. And aside from that, you know, I enjoy, you know, I enjoy looking and dressing nice. I do, you know, I don't have to dress nice every day, but the hat thing on a daily basis can start really wearing on a person's mood, okay? And I think oftentimes when a lot of people recommend when women have been feeling really crappy, some women go out and they get like a makeover, some women do something. I highly suggest doing something with your wardrobe as well as trying to make things colorful in your surroundings, okay? Like my bedroom, I'm still having to work on that, and I'm starting to get like furniture in my room because the furniture that I have right now is very bulky, and to me, there's no use for it. But I'm trying to surround myself with as much color, things that are bringing positive, that promote positive well-being inside of a person. I highly recommend that, okay? It is for you, it is for you, and you, and you, and only, okay? It's about you. So, you know, if some women go to the salon, go to the salon. I personally hate going to the salon, okay? I dread it like you don't even know. I do want to get my nails done again, only because, you know, I just did my own pedicure, and I think I did a pretty good job, but I would like to get my nails done, and I don't think I have the ability to do that, so I would like to get them done. Some women get facials, body scrubs, all that stuff. If that's your thing, go right ahead for it. I'm too cheap, and I really don't like anything like that on my face. I just don't like it. But if that's what you need to do, go ahead and do that. Take care of yourself, you know. This is the only life that I know of. I mean, sure, you know, the idea of reincarnation is interesting. All of these different ideas about what happens in the afterlife is interesting to ponder over. But for all we know, for what we know and what we can verify right now at this very moment, this is the one life that we do have, and we need to make the best of it. So I'm going to wrap up this video. I will be back with another one later. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.